Welcome back to the Remote Work Mastery Podcast, the show where we break down the high-income skills that separate six-figure earners from the rest of the pack. I'm your host, Marcus Sterling. Today, we are diving deep into the core competencies and advanced strategies that define the modern remote economy. Whether you're a freelancer ready to finally command premium rates, a remote professional hunting for that next six-figure opportunity, or an aspiring digital nomad architecting a career you can take anywhere, this episode was built specifically for you. Over the next minutes, we're deconstructing high-level remote skills and sharing real-world case studies of professionals currently generating $10K to $50K per month. We're providing you with the exact actionable frameworks you can start implementing the moment you stop listening. So don't go anywhere. Let's master remote work together.
Right up front, imagine showing a prospective client a compact experiment where you proved an additional $30,000 in attributable monthly revenue and using that exact experiment to close a six-figure engagement. Sounds like a different league, right? Today, I'm going to give you the playbook that makes that scenario repeatable. By the end of this episode, you'll have a 6-step framework, measurement and automation guardrails, 2 mini case studies you can model, and a 30-day sprint you can run this month to produce a sale-ready case study. Why does revenue-backed proof matter now more than ever? Clients are getting smarter. Procurement teams want numbers, not promises. If you can show a measurable revenue delta, you stop competing on price and start competing on business impact. That shift is the difference between $50 an hour and $50,000 a month. Here's what we see in the market. Buyers will pay a premium when the value is clear, underwritten by data. But there are common objections: traffic too low, timing unclear, risk of making changes to live funnels. Today, we'll address each and give you mitigations so you can move from hypothetical to demonstrable impact. Okay, let's break the system into 3 focus sections. First, the 6-step experiment to case study framework. Second, measurement and automation so your results are undeniable and repeatable. Third, short case studies and a 30-day sprint to get this into the market fast. To walk this through, I've invited 2 pros who run these systems every week. Sarah Chen is a conversion-focused UX designer who turns small experience changes into measurable revenue. Sarah, welcome.
Thanks, Marcus. Happy to be here. What I've learned is that the best experiments start with a clear commercial target and a hypothesis that ties directly to revenue. A lot of teams run tests that move conversion rates a point or two, but never connect that lift to dollars. So my first rule is pick a flow that already has economic value, a checkout, a lead form, or a pricing page, and map the customer outcome to revenue before you touch the design. That alignment makes the result immediately sellable.
Let's get granular. Walk us through the 6-step framework you use, from selection to narrative.
Absolutely. Step 1, target selection. Choose a page or flow with clear economic impact and enough volume to detect a change, or plan paid traffic to accelerate signals. Step 2, KPI mapping. Translate micrometrics to macro revenue, average order value, conversion rate, lifetime value assumptions. Step 3, hypothesis design. Keep it atomic. 1 idea, 1 expected mechanism. Step 4, minimum detectable effect and runtime. Define what lift matters to the business and how long you need to run. Step 6, safe implementation. Feature flags or split URLs so you can roll back. Step 7, narrative and packaging. Write the story that ties the test result to business outcomes and future opportunity. Each step is simple, but the discipline across all 6 is what creates persuasive case studies.
That's the skill that scales, picking the right test and telling the revenue story clearly. Sarah, give an example of a hypothesis you pushed live that met all 6 steps.
In one case, we targeted a SaaS sign-up funnel where mid-funnel drop-off was 42%. Hypothesis, adding a short social proof module and a simplified pricing call-out would reduce friction and increase trial starts. KPI mapping showed that a 6% relative lift in trial starts should translate to a predictable revenue stream, given conversion to paid and AOV. We ran the split for 21 days, used a feature flag for rollback, and measured a 9% lift in trial, equated to an incremental projected $28K revenue in month 1 after conservative conversion assumptions. Packaging that as a short case study turned into a $45K engagement when we pitched it to similar companies.
Powerful. Now, experiments are only as credible as your measurement. David Rodriguez joins us to talk measurement and automation. David, welcome.
Thanks, Marcus. In my experience, the key insight here is instrument first, change second. Before any experiment, we map events to a revenue model. What event equates to revenue? What properties we need? Lightweight tracking is often enough. Event-based metrics pushed to an analytics warehouse, plus a simple aggregator that converts events into dollars using agreed conversion assumptions. Then we automate a reporting template that pulls daily deltas and projects revenue. That way, clients see an ongoing dashboard, and there's no he said, she said when the lift appears.
Practically, use feature flags and isolated experiment IDs. Send experiment ID as part of your event payloads, so every conversion can be traced back to the variant. Create a small ETL job that computes incremental revenue by variant and surfaces confidence intervals. For low traffic cases, layer in short bursts of paid traffic to reach minimum sample sizes faster, and always include rollback and cleanup steps in your runbook to avoid technical debt.
That automation piece is the multiplier. Package results quickly, and you can reuse the same dashboard across prospects. Sarah, David, give us 2 quick mini case studies, one UX-led lift and one automation-led repeatable play. Mini case 1. An e-commerce brand where a simplified shipping call-out on the product page increased add-to-cart rates 7% in 30 days. We converted that into revenue using average cart value and repeat rate, and the result was a $12K monthly uplift that we presented to the client as a conservative projection. That projection became the basis for a 6-month optimization retainer.
Mini case 2. A B2B funnel where we automated lead scoring, attached experiment IDs to CRM records, and ran sequential experiments across ad creatives and landing pages. The automation reduced reporting time from days to hours and let us stitch a sequence of small wins into a single narrative. Total incremental pipeline attributed $90K over 2 months. Because the reporting was automated, the client felt confident and signed a larger retainer to scale the experiments.
Excellent. Now, for the listeners who want to act this week, here is a specific 30-day sprint checklist you can follow. Day 1 to 3, pick the target flow and align on revenue assumptions. Day 4 to 7, write a single hypothesis and design a minimal variant. Day 8 to 12, instrument events and set up a basic automated report. Day 13 to 21, run the experiment and funnel paid traffic if needed to hit sample size. Day 22 to 25, analyze results, compute incremental revenue, and write the case study narrative. Day 26 to 30, package the case study into a 1-page PDF and a 2-minute video summary. Then run a targeted outreach sequence to 5 prospects using a pitch script that highlights the revenue delta. That sequence gets you from hypothesis to sale-ready evidence in 30 days.
If I can add a practical outreach line that works, we ran a revenue-backed test that produced X incremental dollars in Y days for a company like yours. I can show you the case study and run a short experiment that either pays for itself or we roll it back. That framing reduces objections because you're selling a low-risk experiment with measurable upside.
And from an engineering guardrail perspective, use feature flags, tag all events with experiment IDs, and include a rollback checklist in your PR. Keep experiment code isolated and short-lived to avoid tech debt. That's how you scale responsibly.
Before we close, one last note on ethics and credibility. Be conservative in your projections, disclose timeframes, and never inflate causal claims. Frame outcomes with transparent assumptions so prospects trust the evidence. The fortune is in the follow-up. Document results clearly and use them consistently in your pitches. Here's what I want you to do next. Download the episode's case study sprint template, run the 30-day plan, and share your results with us. If you want the exact pitch script and reporting template we mentioned, head to nomadlifesuccess.com/remote jobs and nomadlifesuccess.com/online courses. Enroll in online courses that teach these modules end to end. And if you're ready, grab the free ebook Location Independent Six-Figure Income at nomadlifesuccess.com. That's how you turn small experiments into big fees.
That's what we've covered today on the Remote Work Mastery podcast. Here is what I want you to remember. The skills that scale are the ones you master deeply and apply consistently. If today's episode resonated with you, here is what I want you to do next. First, head over to nomadlifesuccess.com/remote jobs to explore our curated list of high-paying remote opportunities that match the skills we discussed today. Second, check out our online courses and audio courses at nomadlifesuccess.com/online courses. We have specialized training in copywriting, design, development, and marketing that will accelerate your skill mastery. Third, subscribe to this podcast so you never miss an episode. Every session is designed to move you closer to your six-figure remote income goal. And if you're ready to take your remote work to the next level, grab our free ebook, Location Independent Six-Figure Income, at nomadlifesuccess.com. It is your fast track to financial freedom. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Marcus Sterling, and I'll see you in the next episode of Remote Work Mastery.